Understanding General Education Requirements. General education, also known as GE, is designed to provide SF state students with the knowledge, skills, experiences, and perspectives that will enable them to expand their capacities to take part in a wide range of lifelong learning. The easiest tool we use to track these requirements at SF State is the GE worksheet. If you have one, please take it out to follow along. The university requires all students to complete 48 units of general education requirements. This includes 39 units of lower division, which are appropriate for students of any class level to take, and 9 units of upper division coursework, which are generally for juniors and seniors. Before we explain lower division general education requirements, it is important for you to determine whether you will be on the freshman or transfer pattern. SF State has slightly different general education requirements depending on the pattern you are assigned. How do you know which GE pattern you are on? Well, we can help you determine that next. You are on the freshman pattern if you are starting at SF State with no transfer credit from another institution and no test credits from Advanced Placement, AP, International Baccalaureate, IB, or College Level Examination Program, CLEP exams. You are on the transfer pattern if you are coming to SF State with transfer credit from another institution, or have test credits from Advanced Placement, AP, International Baccalaureate, IB, or College Level Examination Program, CLEP exams. This means there are some incoming freshman students on the transfer pattern because they took transferable community college coursework while still in high school, or they earned test credits from AP, IB, or CLEP exams. If you are following along with a GE worksheet, you should check off the box next to the pattern you'll be following. The GE worksheet is set up to be easy to follow. The first column has a box you can check off when you have satisfied a GE requirement. You can check off GE requirements as you complete them. Column 2 is Unit Min, which are the units one must minimally complete to satisfy an area. All GE courses require separate 3-unit courses with the exception of B3 Laboratory Science, which can be satisfied with 0 units if the lab is built into a lecture course. The next column is the GE area, which we often refer to instead of a full name for the GE area. For example, B2, C2, or D3. The actual requirement name is listed next, and you'll notice the breadth of types of classes required. Under course, you're given space to write down the course you have taken to satisfy the requirement. The last column is for AP exams for lower division GE requirements and for any special notes for some majors for the upper division GE requirements. If you meet the requirement on this last column, you will check that box and the box in the first column because the GE area will be satisfied. Okay. Let's get started with lower division general education areas A through E. The first GE area is Area A, English Language Communication and Critical Thinking, which is met through completion of a minimum of 9 units. It consists of A1, Oral Communication, A2, Written English Communication, and A3, Critical Thinking. These are foundational courses to build your oral and written communication skills, which can help you be more successful in your other classes. Beyond academics, they can help you with interviews, internships, work, and life in general. Freshmen should complete all 3 of these courses in their first year unless they have test credits or transfer credit that satisfies these areas. If any are missing, these should be prioritized after critical major courses. These foundational courses must be met with credit or a grade of C- or higher. The next area of GE is Area B, Scientific Inquiry and Quantitative Reasoning, which is met through completion of a minimum of 9 units. It consists of B1, Physical Science, B2, Life Science, B3, Laboratory Science, and B4, Quantitative Reasoning. B3 Laboratory Science is unique in that the Laboratory Science course must be taken in conjunction with either the Physical Science or Life Science requirement. The lab may be attached to a lecture or be a complete standalone course. For example, Biology 150, The World of Plants, is a 3-unit combined life science lecture and lab course in one which satisfies both B2 and B3, whereas Astronomy 116, Astronomy Laboratory, is a standalone B3 lab course for 1 unit. This is the lab for the B1 Physical Science course Astronomy 115, Introduction to Astronomy. B4 Quantitative Reasoning is also another foundational course that all students should complete in their first year, unless they have met the requirement with transfer or test credit. Strong skills in math, data, and quantitative reasoning will allow you to better interpret material in many of your classes and will allow you to think more analytically and critically about the world around us. Students should select a B4 course appropriate for their major. The next GE area is Area C, Arts and Humanities, which is met through completion of a minimum of 9 units. Regardless of freshman or transfer pattern, students must complete a minimum of 9 units in Area C, including 3 units in C1 Arts, 3 units in C2 Humanities, and then 3 final units from either C1 Arts or C2 Humanities. After Area C is Area D, Social Sciences, which is met through completion of a minimum of 9 units. Students on the freshman pattern must complete a minimum of 3 units in D1, Social Sciences, 3 units in D2, U.S. History, and 3 units in D3, U.S. Government and California Government. Students on the transfer pattern need 9 units of Area D Social Science coursework. If you have none of your Area D completed, we recommend you still include a D2 and D3 course when completing this section, because you still need to complete the U.S. History and the U.S. Government and California Government requirements. If you have 1 or 2 courses of Area D completed, you can see if you are missing a U.S. History and/or U.S. Government and California Government course before deciding on the most appropriate lower division Area D courses. If you satisfied all of your lower division Area D courses, but still need to meet the U.S. History, the U.S. Government, and/or California Government requirements, we recommend looking into a few of the upper division GE options that can overlap to meet these requirements. The last lower division GE area is Area E, Lifelong Learning and Self-Development, which is met through completion of a minimum of 3 units. Area E courses taken at SF State require you to have completed your Area A2 English Written Communication course first, so you will likely take your Area E course in your second semester or later if you are a new freshman student. That's the lower division GE areas A through E. As you select your GE courses, be sure to keep these things in mind. AP, IB, and CLEP exam credits may satisfy some of your GE requirements. Some general education requirements may overlap and be part of your major or a prerequisite for your major. Some general education requirements are deemed met in the major upon completion of specific courses for the major, even though the courses are not approved for general education. This met in major course list can be found on the Advising Hub under Degree Planning. If you are a new transfer student, you may have completed most, if not all, lower division general education requirements prior to transferring here. If you have not completed all lower division general education requirements, please review your transfer work to determine what is still remaining to take at SF State. If you have transfer work for GEs, you need to double-check the course meets the subject content, but also the minimum GE units required in each section. Now the final areas of GEs are the upper division general education courses, which is met through completion of 9 units. This consists of a 3-unit course in each of the 3 domains of knowledge: Physical and Life Science, UDB, Arts and Humanities, UDC, and Social Sciences, UDD. Note that to take an upper division GE course, one must meet all prerequisites for the courses, which minimally include completion of lower division GE, A1, A2, A3, and B4. Freshman students do not need to worry about upper division GEs yet and should concentrate on lower division GEs. Transfer students should be taking upper division GEs if there is room in your schedule. So now that you understand the GE requirements, you also need to know how to find the approved course lists for GEs. There are a couple of ways to locate the general education requirements on the SF State Bulletin, bulletin.sfsu.edu. The Bulletin is our annual online catalog that provides details about the university, academic programs, requirements including GEs, regulations, and policies. There are 3 easy ways to find the general education requirements and approved general education course lists for your bulletin year. The first one is typing in the Bulletin web address in any browser. A second way, commonly used by new students, is to access the Bulletin through the Advising Hub, first semester advising page for your major. The third and most common way to get there is through the SF State homepage. Today, we'll be going through the SF State homepage. Let's open a browser and go to SF State's homepage. Hover over Quick Links and then click on Bulletin Catalog. On the left-hand side, you will see a menu. Click on Undergraduate Education to expand the list. Once the subcategory opens up, click on General Education to learn more about general education requirements. This page is divided into 3 sections: the Introduction, Lower Division General Education, and Upper Division General Education. The first section is an introduction and overview of SF State's general education requirements. You can click on Introduction to General Education to learn more about the value of general education coursework in the whole degree, and a quick overview of general education requirements for all baccalaureate degrees. The second section, Lower Division General Education, and third section, Upper Division General Education, work in the same way. To learn about the requirement and to see the approved courses for the corresponding GE areas, you just click on the GE area you are interested in. For example, let's say you want to know what courses are approved for Lower Division GE Area C1 Arts. If you click on Area C, Arts and Humanities, you'll see a very brief description of the area and the requirement, followed by the list of all of the approved C1 courses, and then approved C2 courses for the academic year. This doesn't mean each course is offered every semester, but this is the list of approved courses to meet the requirement for this bulletin year. Be sure to click on course prefix and numbers of courses to see a course description, including any prerequisites, and the course attributes to verify which requirements the course will meet. This sums up the general education breadth requirements at SF State. We hope you have enjoyed learning about the general education requirements and how to find approved courses for each requirement.